It's a very important relationship. We're going to get along good with China. I hear so many stories about we're not going to allow their students, or we're going to allow their students to come in. We're going to allow, it's very important, 600,000 students. It's very important. But we're going to get along with China.
So this is the complete opposite of America first, right? It's literally China first. 600,000 students will be entering the U.S. legally and taking away American jobs. That's the bottom line. And taking away American opportunity for these universities as well. And we already have 55 million visa holders currently in the United States, which the Trump administration actually is doing an investigation into to see which ones need to be deported. But 600,000 Chinese American students? That just isn't what he promised. That is going back on what we voted for as Americans, as the MAGA base, as Republicans. So this just doesn't make sense to me. And so this goes against the deportation effort that this administration is currently doing. You know, getting rid of the criminals, getting rid of the gang leaders, which is great, but it's not just them. It's the illegal people who are taking away American jobs and hurting the American life and the American opportunity. Okay? So we don't need more Chinese people in this country taking away the opportunity. This is not America first, and that's why I'm so against it.
Boy, oh boy, this is interesting. Hi beautiful people, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. So all credit goes to the creators in these videos. And guys, so Trump wants to open the door to 600,000 Chinese students in US universities. And that is roughly double the amount that already came in last year. Now, he's saying that some of these schools, they, like we all know, rely heavily on international tuition dollars. And he's claiming that without these Chinese students, nearly 15% of these colleges could collapse. And MAGA is not having it. Because they are saying that he should put American students first, American citizens first, you know. They are saying this is not what they voted for. Guys, let's hear what these creators have to say because this is interesting.
Ooh, MAGA, Trump's got some splaining to do, doesn't he? Ooh, you guys are just all up in your feels about Trump saying it's very important that we get 600,000 students from China to come over to those universities, you know, those woke liberal universities where the educated people go, and they are going to have 600,000 of them from China. And it's very important that they come over and that we bring them over and educate them. That's just according to Trump, you know. I mean, I happen to agree with him too. It's one of the few things I agree with him, but he's the one that said it was really important. But don't worry, he really, really loves the uneducated. He loves the uneducated about as much as conservative and Republican and MAGA men love and respect their wives. Hint, that's not a lot. It's a lot of gaslighting, though.
What is this?
We're going to get along good with China. I hear so many stories about we're not going to allow their students, or we're going to allow their students to come in. We're going to allow, it's very important, 600,000 students. It's very important. But we're going to get along with China. But it's a different relationship that we have now with China. It's a much better relationship economically than it was before with Biden.
That Trump ran on keeping foreign nationals out. He ran on cracking down on illegal immigration and the foreign nationals pouring into this country from all over the world. The president's Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, was on Laura Ingram's show last evening, and he said that, well, we need the 600,000 students because the bottom 15% of these academic institutions, well, they will no longer exist. Does that sound like a valid excuse to let in 600,000 Chinese nationals into the country? It doesn't to me. Now, I should say this. I have been MAGA for a decade. I have been with the president since he came down the golden escalator in 2015 and announced his candidacy for the presidency of the United States of America. This is objectively a very unwise decision. What's the point of it? But what do you think about this?
It's very important, 600,000 students.
So at first, we were like canceling student visas and trying to kick students out of the U.S. And then we went to, we're not even going to issue student visas anymore for international students. They're not going to be able to come to the U.S. and study on our soil. And then we were like, oh no, we can't do that because international students pay premium rate. We need them to fund the universities and the schools. So then we started issuing student visas again. And now we're going to allow 600,000 Chinese international students to come and study in American university and colleges. How do you guys feel about that? Let me tell you, this goes a long way, guys.
I'm shocked no one's talking about this. President Trump just announced he's letting 600,000 Chinese students into the United States to attend college. Not 600, not 6,000, but 600,000. And I thought we were closing the borders. I thought we were finally putting America first. So let me ask, what does this have to do for everyday Americans? Nothing. It drives tuition through the roof. It takes up seats in classrooms that belong to our kids. It makes it harder for American students to get admitted. It jacks up the cost of housing and pushes inflation even higher. Our own students are buried in debt, working 2 and 3 jobs just to get through school, but somehow we got room for 600,000 more from China. MAGA, this is the kind of decision we can't ignore. We didn't fight for America first just to hand our colleges over to Beijing. We have to hold Trump accountable when he makes reckless calls like this, because America first means our kids first, our family first, and our future first. How does this benefit America?
Guys, I need to know your thoughts in the comments, because my own question is that how did we go from shutting or wanting to shutting the door to international students, not allowing them to come in and all of that, and wanting to deport illegal immigrants, and wanting to put America first, and all of that story about America being the first and all of that, because that is actually why MAGA is angry. They see this as a betrayal. They are saying that Trump went from America first, in quotes, to what they see as selling out America's future for college cash. And they are pissed. Guys, what do you think? Do you think that this is a smart business move that would, in quotes, save American universities, save the universities in the United States that are struggling, and boost the economy? Or do you think this is a dangerous U-turn and the US might just be playing with fire?
So today we received information that Trump is greenlighting the idea of having 600,000 Chinese students come to the United States for higher education. This is as part of a negotiating tactic with China. Dear Mr. President, not a single rational American thinks this is a good idea. Period. It needs to be taken off the table. The higher education system in the United States needs to prioritize American citizens. Period. If an American citizen wants to go to Yale and has the exact same test scores as somebody from another nation, the American citizen should get the spot. Period. You should not be incentivizing trade talks, sweetening the pot, as it were, by saying students from another country in a large number can attend university in the United States. Why? Because it disenfranchises the students in the United States who want to attend those universities. Now, the justification is that these universities are really reliant on foreign students coming in to subsidize and pay for our universities. If a university or college has to be subsidized by foreign tuition in order to be able to operate, the university or college should not exist. And if they just won't have enough funding, I got a great idea. Get rid of useless degrees. Cut programs for your university and prioritize the ones that actually have jobs and actually make you money. And to my friends who might be saying, well, you're just being nationalist. Yep! I want people in the United States to have priority when it comes to United States colleges and universities. I do believe that colleges and universities need to shift away from programs that they created which don't have jobs, but we're going to prioritize our nation. And dear Mr. President, I don't support you on this one. Not even a little bit. I truly believe you want to prioritize American citizens. So prioritize American
Mr.
citizens.
Secretary, with all due respect, how is allowing 600,000 students from the communist country of China putting America first?
Well, the president's point of view is that what would happen if you didn't have those 600,000 students is that you'd empty them from the top. All the students would go up to better schools, and the bottom 15% of universities and colleges would go out of business in America. So his view is he's taking a rational economic view, which is classic Donald Trump, looking at higher education and saying,
But why are you
until
helping
we
Harvard?
modify that.
That just
What's
helps
that?
Harvard and UCLA and UCal Berkeley and I mean you're all helping those schools. Why? They're like basically factories of anti-American propaganda. And now they're getting a big influx of cash because of the Chinese students. I know President Trump has always been very pro-Chinese student. I just don't understand it for the life of me. Those are 600,000 spots that American kids won't get.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm involved. I'm involved in changing the H-1B program, right? We're going to change that
that's a
program
scam.
because that's terrible, right? We're going to change the green card. You know, we give green cards. The average American makes $75,000 a year and the average green card recipient, $66,000. So we're taking the bottom quartile.
Right.
Like, why are we doing that? That's why Donald Trump is going to change it. That's the gold card that's coming. And that's we're going to start picking the best people to come into this country. It's time for that to change.
I think our American engineering students need to be given the first role at every job. And I think they're brilliant when given half
Trump
a chance.
has doubled down. The America First president says that 600,000 Chinese students could come to the U.S. and his people are not happy. So on Monday, Trump said that President Xi would like me to come to China. It's a very important relationship. As you know, we are taking a lot of money in from China because of the tariffs and different things. He said, we pay the tariffs. I hear so many stories about how we are not going to allow their students, but we are going to allow their students to come in. We're going to allow them in. It's very important. 600,000 students. And this is right after Rubio has targeted Chinese visas. So the only thing is that Trump just loves the proximity to dictators. He loves dictators. He wants to be a dictator. So President Xi invited him to China to come talk. Sure, I'm going to let all his students in because that'll make Xi happy. And I love making dictators happy. That's Trump. He's such a wannabe that he will do everything possible to capitulate to these dictators. It's pathetic. MAGA, this is America First. Is this what you voted for?
Guys, I need to know your thoughts in the comments. I mean, we are talking about China. At this point, we need to ask, is America cashing out or selling out? I mean, 600,000 is a lot. We're not talking about 6, nor 60, nor 600, nor 6,000, nor 60,000. That's almost a million. That's a lot of people. So, I mean, it can be a cash machine for American colleges and even boost the economy, right? But on the other hand, it looks like there might be a trap at the end of this tunnel that America is not seeing. And MAGA is still based on their stance that they are saying it's a betrayal of America first and it's opening the door to security risk. And Trump is saying this is smart business, but MAGA is seeing it the other way. Looks as if there's a clash of interest, right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think what is important right now is saving these US universities and stacking up the dollars, or do you think it should be the other way around? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Ciao.